Welcome to the Loose and Moose podcast.
I'm Luce.
And I'm Moose.
Two unlikely best friends that I guess love the sound of their own voice, so decided to hit recording.
So what are we going to start this week's pod with then?
I don't know, yeah. Welcome to the Loose and Moose podcast. Are you ready to fucking cop it or what?
Because that's heaps fucking better.
Yeah, that's so much better. Should we just roll into it there?
Let's go.
All right, cool. Thing of the week. Do you have a thing of the week?
Something happened this week and I had to get old school and we're looking at CDs, right? And so my thing of the week was remembering as like a year 8, 13-year-old downloading and burnt CDs. Burnt fucking CDs?
Yeah.
I don't know if you had this, but I would buy as much albums as I could, but then I had a mate, like the coolest guy ever, right? He'd have an older brother with a huge collection. Yeah. We'd pay him $5 for a CD that's burnt, black and white printed like artwork and shit, and you were the coolest kid ever. But I just got thinking, I'm like, burnt CDs, even borrowing CDs, like having to recommend and talk to someone about music that's not just a Spotify link or anything like that, taking care of something. Like imagine if I borrowed your CD, I'm like, oh fuck, I've dropped it on the ground and there's now a scratch or anything like that. But I think there's a lost art now of having that.
Yeah, and it kind of like takes the excitement away because there's no like, oh my God, I can't wait to get that CD. You can just play it whenever. Even
like, I can't wait now to finish school to go and listen to this.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I haven't thought about that in a while. That's a good one.
So how I came across that was obviously I needed to use a CD for something, and we didn't have a CD player at home.
Yeah. Yeah, no one does. I don't.
So anyway, my thing of the week was a lost art. So I'm not sure if people still download. Like, I'm guessing they don't burn CDs. So you've missed out if you don't know what we're going on about.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, did you ever have friends or like love interests or whatever that would make you a playlist on a burnt CD?
Oh, I've still got some from Lauren 100% at home. Actually, I think in my car in the thing.
Oh, that's adorable.
Because obviously, like we had a couple of years where it was a long distance relationship. Yeah, so true. When you're catching up, it was like, phone calls, letters and that, which is so cute. So anyway, yes, I do.
That is really cute. Yeah, I remember making one for someone and I like made a full booklet and everything, like color photocopy everything, photos of us. Yeah.
Even thinking about like the order you had to put them in because it's like everyone's personal taste. I'm like, you will love this because I've done this in the specific order, which you probably didn't even think about, right?
Yeah, like it would tell a story.
Yeah.
Maybe we should bring playlists back. I feel like I don't put enough effort into making playlists, but I did go through a phase doing that on Spotify and it is pretty cool to curate a playlist like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a New Year's resolution.
Right, we're going to have a Loose and Moose podcast. Fuck, that would be dynamic, right? Yours versus mine. I'm in there deleting. Okay.
Let's just say what you said earlier as well. I was trying to match my band tee to what Moose is wearing, and I was going through. I just have like a million black band tees, and do you want to share what you said?
Something along the lines of, have you got any good band tees?
Yeah. That
Give
was
or
lovely.
take.
Yeah, that was funny.
Obviously, I like Violence I Heard, though. They're very good.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is mine. So Blast from the Past.
I like that one.
Yeah.
You've got me feeling all nostalgic.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
What about you?
Mine is more like a thing of the week that I've literally, it's been my week. So have you heard of VLOGMAS?
No.
So I watch a lot of lifestyle YouTubers, and it's a thing in like the beauty lifestyle community where they do VLOGMAS, where they vlog every day leading up to Christmas.
Yeah, wow.
So from the 1st of December. So I had COVID recently. I was really sick, and it just so happened that I was sick like on the 1st of December. So I was just every day just watching VLOGMASes, and I have like at least 5 that I religiously watch, and I'll just go through them every day. And it's just been such a treat. Like think of your favorite creators online and you know that you're getting content from them every single day, and it's like a minimum 15-minute video from most of them. Wow. And it's just really, really cool. And I feel like I'm a bit of a Grinch and I just don't really care about Christmas that much. But VLOGMAS is like the one thing I do care about. So that's been what I've been all about.
Is it like relatable to Christmas, or they're just posting their life every single day?
Yeah, posting their life, but most of the ones that do it that's their full-time job. So they specifically make their life in December about Christmas. So
Yep.
they'll plan trips and stuff around it and go to the snow, and they'll like just, you know, even just vlogging someone doing their Christmas shopping and wrapping presents. I don't know. It gets me excited.
Yeah. Wrapping presents would be fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like, I'm banned in my household for wrapping presents because it's just like, it's like you would have been like, okay, here's Levi wrapped this for me, my 3-year-old, because it's just ridiculous.
And then you've got like a label that's spelt wrong.
Funny story on that. With that Jax, the middle one, he's creating these cards with gifts in them, but he's learning to do sticky tape. So like you can't actually get into it. You have to like rip it apart to actually get to it. But then he's sitting there watching you unwrap it, and I'm like, I don't want to ruin this in front of him. But at the same time, he's saying unwrap it. I'm like, motherfucker, you've laminated this.
Oh, that's so cute.
It was a bit of fun.
And he's probably all proud of his wrapping. And
Yeah.
then, yeah. Oh. He's so funny.
Anyway, what about today? How's today been going for you?
I'm all right. What about you? You pretty good? Or?
I had a day off. I was just cruising. I was having a great day. Yeah.
I feel like I'm being thrown under the bus here a little bit.
Me? You? No. Start of an episode? Surely. Trying to get one up on you already, and it's only 5 minutes in.
I haven't had a great day, to be honest.
Fill us in. We got time.
So like I said, I had COVID. That was, it's been like almost a month now, and I'm still just not feeling back to 100%. And I'm pretty much there, but then I feel like in the morning I wake up and I just can't stop coughing. So my morning this morning was like almost running late for work. Maybe I was like 10 minutes late. I don't know. Because like I just couldn't stop coughing when I was getting ready. And then just like, because I was coughing so much, I just started throwing up. Couldn't stop throwing up. So then I was like, oh, perfect. I can't really get ready for work. Didn't have time to put makeup on or get breakfast or anything because I was just throwing up. So I had to rush to work. And then like I get to work, I get out my car, and Moose has sent me a message, and it's just like him on the treadmill with like a podcast editing. And I was just like, are you fucking serious? Like, this is exactly what I mean about making me feel shit about myself. Like, I can't even get to work on time because I'm just like throwing up. And then you're like, I've run a marathon. I've like taken all the kids to school. Well, it's not even school, but you got them all up and dressed or whatever. And then you fucking found a cure for cancer, edited 5 podcasts, written a book probably. What else have you done? Like, are you serious? Why do you do that to me?
I was going to try and find the message, but I'm glad you mentioned all that. But as I was setting it up, it's fucked. But like, it's like you're inspiring me to be better or consistently better, because I'm setting all this up. I'm like, you're going to fucking hate this. Like, I didn't even want to have a run. And then I'm like, oh, I've got to do this. So then you've just going to send me that message about hating me. I'm like, it's all going to be worth it.
It's a spite run.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just going to
crush this.
Just going to go run to piss Lucy off. Just to make her feel shit about herself.
I did find one really good thing with our pod so far is it's perfect for everyone out there that is trying to be fit with New Year's resolutions coming up. But with this 30-minute that we're aiming for is perfect. That's a good little 5K run, or it's just 30 minutes of exercise,
That's
right?
True.
Listen to us in that once a week, and you'll be fine. You'll be fit. It's good.
Yeah. What did you say then? And after that, do you want to introduce everyone to the acronym? Is acronym the right word?
You're asking me this? I can't even spell what I'm about to say.
You're like, acronym, anaconda?
No, I think it was something about L.A.M.P's going to keep motherfuckers fit this year.
Yeah, he said it in a message, L.A.M.P's going to keep everyone fit. And I was like, what the hell is L.A.M.P? What's L.A.M.P? Moose?
The Loose and Moose pod. Boom. Rolls off the tongue.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I've been low-key using it. I thought I'd been telling you about it, but apparently I haven't. So just when I'm talking to myself, editing at night, I'm just laughing like, fuck, you're funny again, Moose.
Good L.A.M.P editing, Moose. Well done. Good. Proud of you.
So anyway, you'll be on some merch coming up. But
I love that.
Great day though. Great day.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm almost back to being a human. I just don't feel quite a human yet. Anyway, we've probably already done it a bit here, but we have to kind of come clean about something, don't we?
We do. We definitely do.
We've got to break the fourth wall.
I'm still confused when you're saying the fourth wall, but I get what you're trying to say. You don't know what that means? Well, I do now. You've said it enough. So.
Well,
don't
do you know what it means?
There's walls up and we're hiding something.
I mean, kind of, but do you not know that expression?
I've never heard it until tonight.
Really? I've said it like a lot, and I just thought you understood what I meant.
Noise cancellation, headphones.
Breaking the fourth wall is like a thing that they've they talk about it in TV and stuff. So what's an example? like in The Office when something... What, have you not seen The Office?
No.
US Office?
No.
Fuck's sake. What TV show have you seen? Parks and Rec?
No. Dexter?
Oh my God.
Breaking Bad? Seinfeld?
Scrubs?
No.
Okay, I don't know how to explain it then without an example, but just like, say we pretended these cameras weren't here and we're just chatting, and that's what we do all the time for episode after episode. And then all of a sudden, one day we're like, hello guys, we have something to tell you. We're breaking the fourth wall. And the audience would be like, what the hell? They're talking to us. They know we're here. Like it's not a thing anymore.
Yep. We're branching out from conversation now to...
Yeah.
Okay.
So shows like sitcoms might do it like once the whole entire show.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, now that you understand what breaking the fourth wall means, we're breaking the fourth wall to explain to our listeners that we kind of started filming this not really having a schedule in mind because we didn't really know when we were going to post. So we deliberately didn't talk about any current events just so we could post it kind of whenever. But now I just feel like we know when we're posting and it's close enough that we want to have a New Year's resolution episode just because that's kind of who we are. We're into, like self-improvement, goal setting and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like it suits us.
It might be the perfect time because if it's 3 weeks into January, most of everyone listening has probably already given up on their resolution. So we can inspire to be like, true. Oh, fuck, what was that thing again from 2 weeks ago? Yeah. And then also for us, we'll be like, okay, cool. I need to, not throw up in the morning and do a 5K run with Moose.
That's so true because we're the week of it's going to be New Year's Eve this week. If we set intentions now and then it's 3 weeks into January and we watch that episode and we haven't done it, we're going to be so embarrassed. So anyway, are you the kind of person who would normally sit down and set some New Year's resolutions or just goals for the year? What's your vibe with that?
Yeah, I think I got a gratitude diary this year, so I definitely did write some stuff down and did it a little bit different because it's not just goal setting. There's a lot around, manifestation and a little bit of mental health stuff, which was great. And yeah, I definitely had a few that I set, and it was cool today to sort of think about did I keep up with any of them? And a couple I did. So yeah, I'm intrigued to sort of see, your self-reflection and also fill you in with mine. But yeah, normally it is sort of writing it down. But I think for me now with us doing this, I'm super excited because we're literally doing more than writing it down. Yeah. One, there's another person that's doing it, and there's everyone listening. So it'd be good to review next year.
Yeah, and so you just made me think of this. I didn't specifically set this as a manifestation in January last year, but I did set some goals manifestations a couple of months ago, and our podcast was one of them because we've been talking about it for so long. So the fact that we're going into the new year with this fresh new thing that we've already started, so it will be way easier to keep it going than to start it. So we've already won basically. We've killed 2024. We're that good.
Mic dropping it already. Yeah, mine was obviously sort of the same, right? I feel like last year I really wanted something new, not saying that everything was perfect, but it's kind of I really wanted to challenge just the norm, right? Even if things are good, it's always nice to question what that looks like. And one of mine from last year was, it was actually filling out the gratitude diary, which that lasted a little bit and it was fun. Fitness, which I think last year outside of work, it was definitely, we've talked about this and I just wanted to challenge the creative space. I haven't done this for over a decade from when I was doing band stuff. So that's pretty damn cool to actually do it now. And even our close friends, I still think for them, they're is this actually happening? And for us, it's it 100% is. Yeah. And it's pretty cool. And I'm super proud of what we've done considering we're learning a lot of this ourselves and there's no one helping. It's literally just us crushing it. I think those were a tick for me. It was just sort of the keeping up with things, and the gratitude diary definitely jumped off after the first month or so. But hey, there's always next year.
Did you genuinely did it for 1 month?
Yeah, it was kind of cool because it was one where you had to do it was the morning, then talking about your day, and then as soon as you get back, reflecting on the day and then setting up what you're thankful for and stuff, and even tried to involve the kids a little bit for stuff like that. And I definitely did it, but then it was kind of what it's like. Unfortunately, I just didn't continue to write it down. I think the thoughts were still there, but it just wasn't as holding myself accountable. I
mean, I can't believe you do anything with with your life. Like I said, I can barely even wake up in the morning. And then with 3 kids, oh man, like the fact that you've been able to do all this, like start this podcast, it's been mainly you. I feel like you've done so much.
Anyway, that was going to be one of mine and it always will be. But for this year, continue fitness. I did have time management because obviously the challenge that I want to do this year is continue crushing work, continue to be an awesome husband, smash being parent life, and now I've just brought on another full-time job, which is the pod. And I want no excuses. I want to be able to do all of them to a ridiculously good level and still stay sane.
And you also want to be able to show off to me about how awesome you're doing at everything in life.
That's driving all of these.
Yeah.
Like I'll pick up another habit as well soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would that be? The next, what would make sense to be something that you've just randomly decided to do just to piss me off?
Start influencing.
I was going to say, what if you like overtake me on social media?
Maybe for Christmas I should have asked for my blue tick.
Yeah, you become this like mega influencer. Like you're giving me tips on how to influence. You telling me about the trending audio and everything.
Another one of my resolutions, speaking about that, was I'm hoping that we can do 2 hours of setup for the pod instead of 3.
Yeah,
that would really help with my time management.
No, it's 100% on me. Like I don't want to say this kind of statement because I feel like then I'm putting it out there, but it's just true. I feel like I have the worst time management in the world. Like it's just like it's my fault 100%. And then also the perfectionism stuff doesn't help. Like we could just set up these cameras and be good to go, set up the lights, but I just fuss around for so long and I probably don't even get any better by doing that.
It has been awesome, and that's a good thing where we need to meet in the middle because I'm annoyed with it, but then I'm like, if it was just me sitting here, I'd just be fucking holding the phone and you'd see my nose and you'd be like, oh, perfect.
It is true. We have to balance each other out because I think if it was up to you, we would have uploaded a podcast episode like 6 months ago and it would have been like, so cringe and embarrassing.
Yeah.
And then I pushed us to get it good, and then I do think we needed the balance a little bit.
100%.
Like you were like joking around, like, "What are you waiting for?" And I was like, "I'm waiting for us to be ahead of schedule in case something happens." And then I got COVID, so like we had to do, we would have had to do it. So, perfectionism is good in some instances, definitely.
We can be a good influence on each other.
Yeah, I do think so.
I had another ridiculous one. I was thinking about this lately, actually. But New Year's resolution, becoming more friends with my neighbours. I don't fucking know my neighbours at all, apart from the awkward, I'm at the letterbox like, hey.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, though? Because you could have really awesome neighbours and then you could make that resolution and then make friends with them and it's awesome. Or you could...
Like there's a reason why we don't...
it. Yeah. Sometimes you just want to like go home and not... Sometimes I just don't want to talk to anybody. Like, what if your neighbour's out the front and wants to have a conversation with you? You just want to go inside. Okay. I don't know. Do you know them at all?
Not really. The ones on the right I'd like hardly ever see, and on the left like a little bit. The only real time that we've spoke to them, I don't know if I've told you this, but it was kind of funny, is when we first moved there. We bought a new couch, and it wouldn't fucking fit in our house at all. Oh yeah. Garage door, whatever, because our passage is long. Anyway, I'm like, this is so awkward. Because everyone was there to help us. But I'm like, I don't even know these people. Yeah. So I've now knocked on the door being like, oh, hey, we're your new neighbours with like 3 annoying kids and heaps of noise. Can we just carry a couch through your house, lift it over the fence? And it was just weird.
And did you?
Yeah.
That couch is pretty big as well.
It was fucked.
So who was doing it?
We had like 4 people. It was one of those annoying messages on a Friday night I would have sent out being like, oh, hey, I'll make you like breakfast and have coffees on. Can you be here at like 7:30 in the morning to help me lift a couch over my next door neighbour's fence? And then like turns out like obviously I didn't know, but we go theirs. And then it was one of the ones where their side of the fence was way lower than our side of the fence. So it's like you're kind of lifting this up and then we're on the other side. It was pretty fucking funny.
It's obviously in there now, so you did it, but that sounds terrible.
Yeah, that couch is staying in that house.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, what about you? Have you started to think what resolutions look like for 24 for you?
Kind of. So you're real on the fitness train. I feel like I'm just starting to get into it. So I would really like to keep that going consistently. Because I think I'm in a good mindset where I'm like thinking that it's just doing fitness to be healthy and not, you know, I've got to be skinny and all that stuff that I have dealt with for so many years. So I'm just, I'm hoping I can keep that up. I did Pilates recently for the first time in a few years and it was so good. Have you done Pilates before?
No.
Oh, add that to the list. Come to Pilates with me. It's so fun because it's so hard and it's just like funny how hard it is. And it looks so easy, this little move they're doing. And then you're like, oh my God, I'm dying.
You start doing it like, what?
Yeah.
I find that like, you know, every time I've ever done yoga a couple of times, you're like, this must be easy. And then you're like, I can't fucking stretch for shit.
Yeah. And Pilates is harder.
Yeah.
Because it's more about strength, not stretching.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would love to do that more consistently and stay in the mindset, because I do find my mindset sometimes getting a little bit like unhealthy. Like maybe I just won't eat today so I can be skinny, and then I'm like, hang on, don't do that anymore. That's bad. That was old Lucy.
I think that reason you said is perfect, right? It's just to be healthy, nothing else.
Yeah. It's just it's easier said than done. But I'm going to try that. I would love to be better at sleeping as well. I go to bed too late. And I'll be getting up at 5 a.m. quite often to get to work, and I'm just cooked, and I just shouldn't do that to myself. Because then what ends up happening is I'll have a day off and I'll sleep until like lunchtime because I have like got to catch up on sleep. And I just feel exhausted, and I need to be better at that. And I just want to be a healthier person this year. I want to stay in my slay era. You know, 2024 is the year of slay.
Nice. I think having the pod's going to be awesome for that, because we're going to be looking for slays of the week.
Yeah, 100%. Slay of the week, and just see if I'm being held accountable. See if I'm being held accountable? That's not really the right way to say it.
Are you doing a moose right now?
Yeah. What?
I'll edit that in.
See if I'm, I don't know, just, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Slay. Have you reviewed any from last year? Like, do you remember anything that was set for you? I'm real on self-development. You helped me get into that over the years. I'm real into it now, and I love Georgie Stevenson and her Rise and Conquer stuff. So you listened to the podcast. So good.
I bought him the podcast episode for his birthday, course for his birthday, and you loved it, right?
It was amazing.
Yeah. So there was one, and she's doing it again this year if you were interested. It's called Do It For Your Future Self, and it's a 7-day course that starts on January 1st, and it has these specific ways for you to like assess your previous year and then set goals.
Nice.
So it was really cool. So I do think doing that, I was a little bit more accountable than I would have been in the past years, where I set a resolution like, I'm just going to do this, and without really like a plan and anything behind it.
I love the reviewing before, because then you can kind of be like, oh, I didn't do that. That can then go back to a resolution, rather than like forgetting and just adding all this new stuff.
Yeah. And there's such specific ways of doing it where you see what is lacking in your life and what is you're already doing really well and you're not giving yourself enough credit for. Oh yeah. So the first thing they make you do is go through this little workbook thing, and you go through every single month, and she suggested to go through a camera roll and see like photos you took that would remind you of the events that were happening in your life at the time, and then write highs, lows, and milestones for every month. So I didn't want us to do that because that would take up
forever
5 episodes. But I just thought, did you want to share like a high, low, milestone or anything from 2023? I just thought that might be interesting.
Maybe you go first, and then I can think while you're doing that.
I guess I have a 2-in-1 with the highs and lows, because probably a real low point this year was needing to find a new place to live and the rental market. And then that do you remember how
brutal. My
real low point in April or whatever, when, do you remember that phone conversation we had? That was like the worst I've been mentally in a while. And it all stemmed from just looking at, I had moved locations at work. So that was one change. And then the day before, I found out I had to find a new place to live. So every single day at this new job, I was going for inspections, applying, and just getting rejected from everything because I'm a single person. so why would they pick me over someone with 2 incomes or whatever? And it's just the rental market was terrible. And then, that just affected everything in my life. And I just got so depressed.
It feels like so long ago. Isn't it wild when you...
I know. It does feel like so long ago. But it was April, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because then I finally found a place after 3 months of looking. And so that's obviously the high. I've got these beautiful pink walls and I just love this apartment. It's so cool, such a good location and such good vibes. So... And that was really cool just to 100% do that all on my own and overcome such a low point. Like it's silly that it affected me so much, but I just felt like such a failure in life with every aspect. It just all flowed on, and then definitely have overcome that, and then kind of towards the end of the year slaying a bit. So I guess that's kind of all rolled into one. That's a high, a low and a milestone, because actually getting the place and setting all up and stuff was a bit of a milestone for me.
Yeah, nice. The high for me is going to be Collingwood winning the grand final. Like, I know that sounds ridiculous, but like that happens once a decade or once sometimes not even in your lifetime, depending who you follow.
Yeah.
So that was huge. And I guess with the age of my kids, they also loved it. So it was just cute, right?
Actually, like, that's a highlight of my year as well. That was one of my best days of the year.
Yeah. That's the problem with me, because I don't just like things. I love them. Yeah. So then like everyone around like just get caught up with that. But that was such a cool day. Like obviously everyone's seen that clip. Thank you so much everyone that watched that. But yeah, it's that was just so cool. That was so cool.
That was really cool. And it was I think it's so cool because you made me obsessed with Collingwood I'm still kind of obsessed with them. It's been months now and it hasn't gone away. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like, we'll talk about this later. But
we'll get to it.
That's a real highlight of the year, 100%. Sorry, I just took over, but like I just had to really,
I can
emphasize.
listen about Collingwood all the time. That's fine. Milestone. I was kind of thinking like, I don't know if it's a milestone, but I was going to say like it's really cool for my partner not going back to work and going to study at our age. I thought like that's so cool. And for our family to sort of make that work during that period is insane. And I'm so proud of us as a collective getting that done. So that's pretty cool.
I think finishing one whole entire year of uni, the whole family doing that's a milestone. That's
pretty cool,
100%. Right? Like if we had sat here a year ago and it just didn't really seem like it was... Obviously you can do it, but it just seemed really difficult. So the fact that you've done it is so cool. Yep. And she's killing it. It's so cool. Like, I love hearing all about it. It's really, really cool. And
I think for my low of the year, it's probably quite recent, to be honest. But it's probably just when you had this version of COVID and just literally ghosted all of the Miles family. And we're only just starting to... this was hard enough coming here tonight to get this organised, but please respond to our messages.
Why are you so needy? Oh my gosh. I like that. It's been pretty funny, actually. Like, I've never felt so loved, to be honest.
Lauren sending you SOS.
Yeah. Yeah, Lauren at one stage said, do we need to call your mum?
Yeah.
Are you alive? I think she said, do we need to send a search party? You've been savage. I honestly worried that you didn't want to be my friend anymore and you were going to boot me out of the podcast.
I think like this is the midst of like all of what we're doing in the background for the pod. So the amount of like calls and texts we do per day that need to happen to then like make things happen. I'm sort of like, I know you're so excited, but like, where the fuck is she?
Yeah. And then one of my first days going back to work, still feeling terrible. And then because I got a half an hour drive, we had a conversation in the car on the way to work, and you were like, I don't want to make you feel bad, but I had all this stuff happening yesterday and it was so exciting, but you just didn't respond to anything. So then I'm driving to work, still feeling shit and just crying on the highway, just crying my eyes out. Like, I'm disappointed in my best friend. He hates me now. And then I get to work still like teary. And one of our mutual friends was just like, why is he so needy?
And then I'm like, have you fucking met her? Like, that's your life. I can't remember what that was that I messaged you for that night, but
it was you've got us on all the platforms. You got us on Spotify.
Everything's ready to go and it's working, and I'm like, no one else will give 2 fucks about this apart from you, and I'm just sitting there like, all right, perfect.
I was just watching Vlogmas.
And people wonder why I fucking wink in the elevator. Like, I'm the only one. This is all about self-love.
So are we going to talk about you winking at yourself in the elevator? Like, is that on your New Year's resolution list for 2024?
It's not actually on my list because I believe that everyone does it.
No.
No?
I don't think anybody does that. I don't even think you do it. I think it's just this funny little bit that you've come up with, but like, has anyone seen you do it?
Yes, but I'll backtrack. So get out of my car, get in the elevator every single morning, give myself the look, have the fucking best day ever, Moose. Finish work, hit myself with another one, and just celebrate the day. For real. Every day.
You be so for real. You literally look in the mirror and wink at yourself.
100%. And to back that up, as you just said then, the person I work with that we both know had to ride this elevator with me last week. Yeah. Unfortunately for her, she rocked up at the same time as me. We were in there and I'm like, hey, you know this is coming. You can either join in, close your eyes, or I don't give a shit. Did it. It was heaps awkward, but then at least that story is now legitimate. But I'm so confused why everyone thinks this is wild. Like, everyone's around self-help. I'm like, I'm looking at myself. I'm tired at 6:30 in the morning. It's just a coffee. And I'm like, I want to get jacked up. A little wink. Could be worse things.
I mean, I feel bad for roasting you when you put it like that. Like, it is actually cute that you do it. I just didn't believe it was real. I don't know. And the whole reason you told me is, well, I just thought you were, again, being silly, because this was the same conversation where I'm crying in the car. I told you to call me because I live heaps far from work, so I've got a long drive, and you live pretty close. So I'm thinking you would call me halfway through my drive.
Yep.
But you called me so early before I'd even left. And I was like, why are you calling me so early? And you said, oh, just so I have time to wink at wink at myself in the elevator when I get to work. And I just didn't.
What if I don't nail it on the first time? My day will be fucked. That was very, very funny. So yes, and then that just opened up some serious banter.
And then what was the savage? Have you got the text messages here?
Yeah, I'm just bringing it up now. So,
oh my God.
The funniest thing was we started to do like titles for the next episode, which is tonight's episode. And you hit me with, it's the Loose and Moose episode 5, crying in the car.
Yeah.
Pretty funny, kind of funny, right? My response was, nah, episode 5 will be Moose thinks about going solo during his daily wink in the elevator's mirror. Response, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, and then I'm already talking about how funny that's going to be. So anyway, but end of that story, please, everyone, tomorrow or today, get a mirror in an elevator, give yourself a wink. Your day will be 1,000,000 times better. You're welcome.
Or 1,000,000 times more cringe.
It's worth the risk. It's 100% worth the risk.
True.
Anyway, that's funny. I like that. We got well off topic then. I just wanted to circle back. Did you have any more New Year's resolutions?
I have like a bit of a silly one. I kind of had it last year and didn't do it. And so I'm like, maybe this year. But then also maybe not. It's a bit scary to put it out there just in case.
Didn't do it last year, but I'll put it on camera this year so that Moose can roast the fuck out of me next year if it's not.
It's just silly.
Beautiful. I love this.
I don't know. And I've told a few people about it after a few beers. So I don't know. So I through some of our friends that are in the metal community in Adelaide, I don't know. I just had this like thing I did with my throat once that was like this cool sound, and then I was like just like cosplaying being like a lead vocalist of a metal band, and I had a few people being like, "You could do that. That'd be really cool." And I have a concept for a metal band. I just feel like I could do that. It would be cool. I could be lead vocalist of a metal band.
I don't know why I'm laughing so much, but that's just fucking so out of what I thought you were going to say. I love all of it. Have you got a band name yet?
Not a band name, but I have a concept. So like it's how many metal bands do you go see and they're like they look like a metal band? I think maybe it'd be kind of cool if I looked all girly and shit and had like a dress on and then did these demonic screams and then everyone was like, whoa, where did that come from? I don't know. I just think that would be cool. And I told my friends from do you know the metal band Nicolas Cage Fighter? Best band name ever. And I told them and they thought it was really cool.
I love that. That's so good. And I didn't expect it. So, all right.
It was so funny as well when I did the weird one to our mutual friend. She goes, oh, "Can you do that again?" And I did it again, and she was like, "I just wanted to hear it because a lot of people do when they do that, they can collapse a lung." And then our other friend was like, "Well, why did you make her do it again then if she could collapse a lung?" And there you go. So I might collapse a lung in 2024, or I might start a really cool metal band. Who knows?
Fuck, how good.
Never let them know your next move. Always be unpredictable.
Do you think we should do a cute little podcast joint resolution?
Yes. What do we think?
I think the biggest thing, we've said this to each other, is I'd love just to commit to a time-based thing. Nothing about followers or, expectations, but I'm thinking like we should be still doing this time next year. Would be amazing.
Yep. I love that. If we are able to sit here this time next year and say that we've consistently uploaded an episode weekly as of January 2nd.
Yeah. That's a massive achievement.
Yeah. Anyway, if you've been one of the people that have shown us love and support so far, thank you so much. We didn't expect it, and yeah, it's been so cool. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
And they haven't seen half the funny shit that's coming.
That's true. You have no idea how funny we're about to be.
So I don't know if it's us getting funnier or if it's just us getting better at editing.
You getting better at editing. Yeah, nah, it's probably that. Anyway, we want to hear your New Year's resolutions. So either comment down below or head to our socials and let us know. And then, we can check back in a year and see how we all went. So if we're all here in a year, I think we will be.
Fuck, that's going to be a roast session. I cannot wait. Did you want to grab us a yeasty?